judge had a previous meeting this morning. So the judge pro tem. And do we need a motion to come out of recess?
Probably.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All vote by signifying aye.
Aye.
Any no, so we will come out of recess. No. What was the first one, Steve?
I don't remember.
Anybody got it? Joe's probably got it.
You know what?
Hey, do you have it, Kelly?
What?
What's the agenda from yesterday?
Yes.
The list of stuff you have?
There's 4 copies.
Look at you.
Look at you.
You welcome.
She knows how to deal.
Okay, emergency standby services. Go ahead, Kelly.
I was gonna say also, Donnice did minutes from the 17th, which was actually on the agenda for yesterday. And I made those copies and put those in front of you soon before we dismissed. Well, we did.
Okay. I thought we did that yesterday.
No, we did the 10th yesterday.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
today's the 17th.
Right.
All right. On the emergency standby services.
I'll make a motion, we award the bid for emergency standby services. I'll second.
Who we awarded it to? Steve?
Well, see, let me look at my handy. I don't know how you do this when there's so many of them. Well, there's only 2 there, right?
Yes, there's only 2 of those.
Do I make a motion that we award the bid to NAPCO for emergency standby services? Is that what it would be? Okay.
Get a second.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. And on the debris management. Ken, do you have anything in this, or what was we working on? The well, we did the monitoring and.
You've got the.
He got the.
Well, I'll make a motion that we award bid for debris management. My recommendation going over the things was custom tree care. Seemed to be the lowest, and one of the companies had a $20,000 activation fee. Everything else was, all else was included that, so it would cost $20,000 just to activate it. And then that same company, they're hauling of material if we moved it, if the site had to be more than 30 miles. Like the other 4 companies were below 50 cents a mile, like 17 and 24, and then something, and then 50. Then that particular company was $2.50 a mile. So
This one's 15 cents a mile.
yeah, this was 15 cents a mile, but that, I went over all that, and that's most economically where, in my opinion, where it would come out would be custom tree care. But I don't really know how you take 5 bids and you get down to 1. I don't know how that operates, and I've called a couple of commissioners and county judge, never could get a hold of county judge, but they didn't know either. How do you go from 5 down
Take
to
the
1?
one you want.
Yeah. What if you pick 4 different ones?
Yeah. I mean, they all look like great.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
What I did, I don't know if it was right, but I went by cost and I went through here and rated them and highlighted each one, for highest to lowest, and then multiplied 1 through 5 and the lowest points. Did it by point system and lowest points. And I came up with custom tree. So, and they seemed like overall
Sleep last night.
Yeah, I did something similar to that. I had to have my wife get the yardstick out to go down and rate I didn't know who we were, just highest to lowest, give them 1 through 5. But I've never done anything.
Yeah.
I know it was nerve wracking, I know that. Was not fun.
But I mean, y'all can look at my scribbles if y'all want to, but,
Hey, I'm happy with it. And got a motion in a second.
Custom
Award
tree.
bid to custom tree. All in favor? None opposed.
Who seconded?
Joe.
All right, let's move on to monitoring of debris management. Y'all study on that too?
Very little on that. I was so worried.
I did, but one of the questions I had, and Ken, you may be able to help us with this, the monitoring service.
You looked at this stuff, didn't you? Ken?
Yeah. It looks like,
Manage it and then somebody.
oh, we gotta make a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we award bid for monitoring the debris management.
Okay, I'll second that.
Got a motion?
We just opened up for discussion.
Okay, well, I did a little looking into the Tetra Tech and Debris Tech, and unless I'm wrong, it appears that Debris Tech is gonna be cheaper. And the problem I had with figuring it out is one of them requires 30 monitors, and there's two sections. You might be able to speak to this.
I got to do it some, but go ahead.
But on, yeah, Tetra Tech, you go in here and there's a section right here. See, there's 30 monitors. I don't know which one to price that with because it says 10 monitors. It's just not very clear, but this one's broken down to this. That's it. I mean, it's broken down to 10 monitors, so it was easy to calculate the hourly rate.
Right.
And on this one, I came up with $900 an hour on the Debris Tech, and on the Tetra Tech, I came up with, if it's using the 10 monitors, which doesn't seem realistic because this one's calling for 20, it's $960, but if it's calling for 30 monitors, it's $1,630. So have a little bit more required staff.
Yeah.
And see, that's the staff right there. And then that whole page right there, there's just a ton of staff, so.
So that cost is for 10 monitors at
Yeah.
$960 daily.
Yeah, but look, I'll show you.
You have more stamina than I do. I never got to this.
Yeah.
See where it's calling for the monitors. See, this is the mobilization requirement.
Okay.
That'll be the 10 FTE field coordinator crew monitors.
One loading unit.
So just seems like they require more people,
Yeah.
you know, than what this is. Two field supervisors, project manager, operation manager, and then 10 boat site monitors on each
You got
side.
anything you want to throw in on?
Well, just on this one specifically, I think your staffing's gonna be dependent on how many sites we have. If you go back to a RETA type scenario, we may have 3 or 4 sites throughout the county. So I'm not sure, looking at what they have in their hierarchy, their
Yeah.
chain of command thing, that's probably a good example. I think, again, you're gonna be looking at, what do we have site-wise? We have a bad storm that hits our county, think RETA. I think we could be looking at 2 or 3 sites. The other thing is, I think it was Tetra Tech has done a lot of work locally, including Hardin County. They had 6 sites, I think, listed in Hardin County with 6 offices in Texas. The other one didn't show an office in Texas, and Tetra Tech has 3 people, they're full-time employees in Texas all the time. So I think we've discussed this.
Yes, that's
when we
what I
talked about it. Their accessibility may be a whole lot better and faster for $60.
And also,
I mean,
they
that's,
were gonna hire local people.
yeah, they put in their bid, they'll hire local people, and they actually train monitors as needed on site as a 1-to-1 ratio. Monitors are used in like 2 or 3 places in the process, loading trucks. Standing, when they pull the truck into the site, this person's on a tower monitor, that's
Right, make
for
sure
the
it's
residuals.
full.
Will they see how full it is, what's in it?
Yeah.
If it's mixed, they kick it back out, because once you get to the site, you have to sort things by type of debris, vegetation.
Should be sorted
rock,
at the loading
roofing
site.
material.
Site, yeah.
So,
But some of them just pile it all in
Right.
and have wood and.
and you can't, they frown on that.
Yeah.
So, that's the reason that, I guess, committee or whatever kind of recommended everything was more the local availability. Because the money, when we looked at the cost, it was almost a wash. I mean, you said $60, 900 and 960.
Well,
When you get to have it
We
laid
just look at
out.
hourly rate, I would say.
Yeah, when you lay it out, I mean, it's way more than that. It's like 1,630 an hour.
Well, all we looked at, I will tell you, was hourly rate per person,
Yeah.
and they were, some were a little more, some were a little less, based on the two different positions.
Have you dealt with either one of them? With
We were just
Hardin
looking,
County has.
we were looking at how many people they had in Texas that would be
In office,
accessible to us, you know, without having to wait 2 or 3 days or whatever. And that they were going to help, you know, they would train local people. They said they have a 6-hour training deal, if they could train somebody local to do, you know, if they have.
And the Bree Tech also, I did read that. I didn't see it in here, but.
You said Hardin County has Tetra Tech? Is that-
well, if you look at their map.
In the past they have.
Yeah, they've had several,
Projects.
I'd already given up on looking at it, like I said.
Well, we looked at all that yesterday. I mean, Ken and Jackie spent more time than I did on it. I was about an hour late getting over there, but, they, you know, we looked at a lot of the details in it, what being just accessibility and all that important. Having offices in Texas.
I'll make a motion that we set Tetra Tech's bid for monitoring services.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed. Motion carries. All right, next one, I guess, falls on me. I did do a little homework. I wrote all of them down. I gave y'all copies so you can see it. Of course, Stephen had his. he had his
Could be
better
some
than
more.
me.
You just can't read my writing.
County Road 3020, the CTIF project, Gulf Coast had a little bid of $176,429.15. And the closest one to them was Piney Woods Construction, with $186,000. Everybody else was above that, so.
I'll make a motion, we award that 3020 grant, project to Gulf Coast.
We've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. None opposed, motion carried. Then on the airport, Jack Alexander had a low bid of $134,019.50. Those bids were a lot closer, but we had several closer. But he's still at $700-800, I guess, less than $1,000 less, but anyway. I'll make a motion, we award the bid.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed.
Do those minutes on the 17th.
Do what?
I'm gonna do the minutes on the 17th.
Yes, okay.
I make a motion, we approve the court minutes from May the 17th that we had in front of us.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carried. All right.
Madam Clerk, is there anything else you need from us?
Motion to adjourn, do we have to adjourn?
Second motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Yeah, everybody. Got a motion and a second. Everybody signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right.
If you get up there.
This conference is no longer being recorded.